All right, who's here on JuanArambula?
That's great.
And Maria, we'll have a suitable lunch break. All right. Court is calling 2023 CR 11471, State of Texas versus JuanArambula. Can I have parties announced for the record?
And Jonathan Watkins for Mr. Arambula, Judge.
Christian Vega also for Mr. Arambula.
All right. Counsel, have you received all discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes, ma'am, we have.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Are there any applications in this case?
Not in this case, ma'am.
All right. Sir, did you review the document entitled True Bill of Indictment with your attorney?
Yes.
Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Judge.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
You're proceeding with the lesser included offense, Judge, indecent assault, class A.
The state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of indecency assault as a class A misdemeanor. Range of punishment is up to 1 year in the Bexar County Jail and up to a $4,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court doesn't follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, he has, Judge.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
We do believe so.
Do you believe he is currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I believe he is competent, Your Honor.
Mr. Arambula, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter a plea?
No, Judge.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of indecency assault. They're asking that your punishment be assessed at, is this 1 day?
It would be a judgment satisfied.
1 day in the Bexar County Jail. There are no applications. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense is at the plea.
Yes, ma'am, and there is also a protective order.
All right. State is at the plea.
That is the.
All right. Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that you have a lifetime protective order. And is that against the complainant?
That's correct. Judge.
Then to the lesser included offense, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments. Court has reviewed the same. The court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. All right, the court will find you guilty as previously stated. If there is no objection, the court will proceed with sentencing.
Yes, ma'am.
Court will sentence you to 1 day in the Bexar County Jail. Give you credit for any time served. There's to be a lifetime protective order against the, well, you agree to a lifetime protective order with the complainant.
Yes.
And does he have 1 year in the jail? I mean, sorry, 1 day in the Bexar County Jail?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that the judgment is satisfied. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendants' Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Is there anything else?
Nothing further, Judge.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's your right. Thank you, Judge. Hey, Judge, happy birthday.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
It's today?
No, it's actually on the 2nd, but I celebrate the entire
Your
month.
birthday was on the 2nd?
Yes.
That's my
and
bar
every year.
anniversary.
Oh, that is?
Yeah,
You should remember that.
I know. I think Kevin O'Connell, his birthday is on
Oh,
November
yes.
2nd as well. Yeah. Well, hey, I hope it's a great birthday month.
Oh, thank you. Court is calling 2023 CR 10622, State of Texas versus Freddy Guajardo. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Reference line for the state.
for the defense?
Ernest Acevedo for Mr. Guajardo.
And yeah, you're mispronouncing it the way I did. And are you Mr. Guajardo?
Guajardo, yes.
I'm sorry. I'm just gonna say sir. I'm just gonna call you sir.
Think of guacamole, Judge.
Guacamole?
Guajardo is
Guajardo.
Yay.
Oh, yay. Okay, I just got it right that time. It's gonna go back to the way it was. Did you review the application for community supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you review the document entitled True Bill of Indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it? All right, did you understand the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of indecency assault as a Class A misdemeanor? Range of punishment is up to 1 year in the Bear County Jail and up to a $4,000 fine. Did you understand? Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
According to the plea, the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of indecency assault. Punishment is to be assessed at 1 year in the Bear County Jail. State recommends community supervision. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your community supervision be for a term of 2 years. There be no contact with the complainant, and there's an agreed protective order for 10 years. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state, and the court does not have to follow those recommendations? Then to the offense as charged, the lesser included offense as charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments. The court has reviewed the same. The court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Judge.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, Judge, we are asking you to follow the plea bargain, and we have signed paperwork for civil court for the 10-year protective order.
State, have you spoken with the complainant?
Yeah, Judge, you spoke with her on fine.
All right, the court, as previously stated, is finding you guilty. The court will sentence you to 1 year in the Bear County Jail, suspended and probated for 2 years. There's a 10-year agreed protective order with the complainant. There's to be no unsupervised, well, there's to be no contact with minors. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular random UAs. Proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Defendant is not allowed to enter residence with minors with your employment unless there is some sort of letter that they are aware of what you've been charged with. You understand? There's to be field visits 1 time per month for 4 months. And probation, he should be on the sex offender supervision. All right, and of course, there's no contact with the complainant. Probation, is there anything else? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful? All right, good luck to you.
Judge.
You're welcome. Willie Cunningham. And then I'm going to take up John Hayes, then we're going on recess. Who's here for Willie Cunningham?
That's myself, Judge,
All righty.
or me, or I don't know what's proper.
All right, so we'll see y'all back at 1:30.
Well, okay, we can do that.
Okay.
Will we take up my not ready and request for continuance at that time?
Yes.
Okay,
All right, thank you.
thank you.
John Hayes. Court is calling 2023 CR 3545, State of Texas versus John Thomas Hayes. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Nathaniel Navy for Mr. Hayes.
And are you Mr. Hayes?
Yes. Yes, sir.
All right, off the record. Counsel. Mr. Acevedo. Hi. Don't talk behind the court reporter. You all can move it towards that end. All right, thank you. We're back on the record. All right, did you understand you're charged with a violation of bond protective order assault? That's a 3rd-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Counsel, is there any application for deferred adjudication or no?
Yes, Your Honor, there is.
All right. Okay. Thank you. Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine?
Yes, sir.
According to the plea, state is silent on your application for deferred adjudication. The state recommends community supervision. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to be designated as primary custodial parent?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, sir.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your community supervision be for a term of 6 years. There be no contact with the complainant, anger management, and a MIC-MIOF evaluation. Did you understand that? Those were recommendations from the state, and the court does not have to follow those recommendations.
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, off the record for a moment. So we're gonna go back on the record. Defense, do you stipulate that in the indictment, the cause number listed as 6978805 is related or the same cause number as CM 105271, which is where the protective order was in place?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you applied for deferred adjudication. Do you wish to proceed with sentencing?
Judge, I think that we were going to have a PSI due to the MIC-MIOF evaluation and if there was any placement.
Well, what I can tell you is MIC-MIOF evaluation, you're looking at probably 8 weeks maybe. Miss Abrams, how long would it take for a MIC evaluation?
Just to have the evaluation? Okay. If you
then
give me a
if they-
moment to,
And then if they recommend Tacoma, then,
right.
I mean, that's the Tacoma court.
Okay. all right, that's 8 weeks.
Just so that I'm understanding correctly, between now and a sentencing date, if it was to be about a month later, we wouldn't have the result of a MIC-MIOF by then?
Potentially not.
Okay.
We would have to reset this for at least 8 weeks.
Okay. Could I have a moment to then just briefly, because I know this is the last case, discuss
sure.
that with my client? We'll get right back with the
All
court.
right. Where's Mr. Kader?
Right there.
Come forward. All right, so the state has filed a motion to dismiss. They said that you paid restitution in full. So here's the thing. If everybody just follows the rules, unless it's some sort of civil disobedience, and as people say, good trouble, don't do it, because otherwise you're going to end up here. You understand?
Yes.
All right. And thank you for addressing appropriately for court. You always do, though.
Thank you, Your Honor. Appreciate it.
All right, if you'll make sure that the state receives their copy as well.
No problem, Judge. I also had Zayden Ali on the trial docket. He was in a car accident last night. He woke up did not go to the
All
ER,
right, so,
but he is on his way there now.
all right, well, he'll need to be here unless he has ER paperwork.
I have paperwork, Judge.
All right, so I'll take that up at 1:30.
Okay.
We're on our lunch break.
All right.
I'm back at 1:30, don't worry about it.
All right, we are back on the record. In 2023 CR 3545. And counsel, you say you wish to proceed with sentencing?
Yes.
All right, anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, I know that the plea agreement is from the state is they're recommending community supervision and they're silent as to whether it's deferred or not. Mr. Hayes has not been convicted of any felonies at this point. We would ask that you would consider deferred. The state's not asking to send him to prison, so if he is going to be granted that initial opportunity, we would ask you to give him deferred so that he has the opportunity to show the court that he can abide by your conditions, Judge. I think it is relevant that Mr. Hayes was found not competent to stand trial at the outset. He's been in custody for, I think, over 600 days at this point. He was treated and had some severe mental health concerns that needed to be addressed. He stated that he can go to Haven for Hope when he's out, and I would ask that some sort of mental health caseload and conditions be required so that he can continue to be in a stable place, whether that be with Center for Healthcare Services or through another provider judge. He says he also has his parents' place he can go to. We did have some possible self-defense arguments, but we decided that the evidence the state had was too much to overcome. So he does take full responsibility in this matter, Judge. He understands that his reaction in this situation was wrong. So he's not claiming that. And we just ask that you consider the deferred adjudication, give him this opportunity to prove himself to the court, allow him to be in a stable position in his life, continue with the treatment that has been effective to this point. I've spoken with Mr. Hayes on many, many occasions, and I believe that he is in a much better mental situation now. So whatever needs to be done just to continue that. If that is in place, I don't think that he will be back before you.
All right. Do you have any children?
Yes, a daughter,
What is her age?
2,
And is this child with the complainant?
yes.
All right. This is what the court is going to do. Court is going to grant your application for deferred. And the reason why I'm granting that is because I know the mental health issues. And also, if you were to come back before me, you're looking at the full range of punishment. You understand?
Sir.
The court will sentence you to 6 years deferred adjudication. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact with the complainant, anger management, mild evaluation in custody. There's to be no contact with minors, of course. Once he presents himself back to the court, if there is an issue where there's some sort of civil custody arrangement, I'll reconsider. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, proof of employment within 30 days, no employment as a home health care provider with minors, field visits 1 time per month for 6 months, partial GPS, waive fees, and that will be for employment. You know what, Ms. Abrams, also let's do a referral to Lifetime. It's just based upon things that I'm seeing in a police report, and that may be a good place for him to stay. Do you have a case manager for your mental health?
Not exactly, Your Honor.
All right, we're going to do a referral to Center for Healthcare Services as well. You're going to need to make sure that you get a case manager so they can work with you with your medications. You understand?
Yes, sir.
No, I did not. Regular random UAs.
Service hours,
No, I think the most important thing is the mental health part of it.
the lifetime recovery, that's after evaluation, right?
Yes.
Nothing else.
All right, is there anything else you need from the court? All right, we can go off the record. Yes,
Judge, I do apologize. If you want any parenting classes.
yes, you're right. Thank you, Ms. Abrams. So instead of community service hours, we'll just do parenting classes. That'll help you. And Child Protective Services isn't involved, is it?
I did call CPS on her.
All right. And then CPS compliance if appropriate. So if there's no CPS case, then there will be no CPS compliance. All right. Is there anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right. So Ms. Abrams and Norma, we're going to recall this for in December just to get a status on where he is with his evaluations.
Okay,
And so let's recall this for December 19th.
okay.
All right. If there's anything you need, just be sure to let the court know, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Judge.
you.